Hello everyone, in this video we will learn about forms of water. So as we all know that in our nature the water is available in all the three forms, that means solid, liquid and gas. And the water has been maintained for millions of years by various process which makes the water cycle. That means in water cycle various processes are there by which the rotation of this water is maintained. So as we all know that the water which is present on the glaciers and snow and ice, it is in the form of solid form which is present in the polar regions. And similarly the water which is present in the lake, oceans, rivers, underground, these are present in the form of liquid form. And the water which is present in the atmosphere in gaseous form, it is the third form. So these are the three forms which are present on the earth. So in this diagram we can easily understand the water cycle, and some numbers is given in the figure, and some jumbled words are also written here. So we have to write the correct word. So for this, first of all, the number one. So one is the groundwater. Second is the process that we call the evaporation. Third is the process of condensation. Fourth is the process that is, it is not a process, it is a cloud. And fifth is transpiration, the process in which the water is coming out from the trees or the tree's leaf, plant leaf, that we call the transpiration. Sixth is the process in which the water is penetrating inside the ground, that we call the filtration. And seventh is the process of raining. And raining in scientific word we called it precipitation. So these are the seven terms that are present here. Now, various peoples are taking water from various sources. For example, our home, we are having the pipelines that is providing us the fresh water. But not all the peoples are having the proper water. And this water is basing the coming from the various water bodies like the lakes, rivers, pond, as well as from the groundwater also. But different villages, they do not have such pipelines or the such water supply. That is why they have to go several kilometers to take the water. Even the students are also, or the small children are also suffer a lot to take the water from different places. And that is why they are not able to attend the school regularly, because they have to spend lots of time just to fetching the water. Now, large number of people are also withdrawing the water from tube wells, wells, and hand pumps also. So these are the sources of groundwater. Now, how can we get the groundwater? Groundwater as an important source of water. So if we dig a hole in the ground near the water bodies, we may find that the soil is moist. So why it is moist? The moisture in the soil indicates the presence of water which is present inside the ground. So that we call the underground water. So if we dig deeper and deeper, we would reach at the level where all the space between the particles of soil and gap between the rock are filled with water. That means whatever the portion is present at the depth, it is completely filled with water. So this upper limit is known as the water table. So where we can found that the complete spaces and gap of rocks is filled with water, so that upper limit is known as the water table. Now the water found below the water table is called the groundwater. So whatever the upper limit is there, below this upper limit, whatever the water is present, that we call the groundwater. So at the time of rain, whatever the water is there, it will present or it will run off or it is enter in the rivers or ponds or any water bodies. Now this water will seep through the soil and fills the empty space and cracks deep below the ground. And the process of seeping of water into the ground is called the filtration. So whatever the water is there, when it is reaches to the ground, that reaching process is known as the infiltration. Now the groundwater does get recharged by this process. So whatever the water which is present inside the earth that we call the groundwater, and we are using it or we are withdrawing it, but again it is refill. So this refill process is done by the infiltration. Now at place the groundwater is stored between layer of hard rocks below the water table. This is known as the aquifer. So whatever the water which is present between the hard rocks, so this place or this complete water is known as the aquifer. Now this water can easily be drawn by helping or by using the wells or hand pumps. Now in this diagram we can easily see the complete process. So in this, whatever the clouds are there, they will start raining, and the water will reach to the water table by infiltration. This is the aquifer, and the water which is present between the hard rock that we call the groundwater. And we can easily take the water from the stream and lake also.